Hi, happy Wednesday. It is the day before Thanksgiving and I'm on my break, and I decided to do a walkabout and to talk about the responsibilities a writer has to uh, themselves and also to their audience and to the world in general. So, in thinking about this topic, I remember when I was in my early 20s, I attended Bushfire Theater, which is a theater, acting theater in West Philadelphia that is owned by Al Simpkins, and also they do a lot of black productions as far as plays. And I was attending one of their workshops in order to write plays and in order to work on my craft as a writer. And so there was a playwright there, and her name was PJ Gibson, and she mentioned to all of us that were attending the class that we as authors had a responsibility to not only write, but to write with a purpose and to write things that we see. In other words, to document what is going on around us, whatever social injustices we witness, or whatever environmental things that were going on that impact us and impact our world. We have a responsibility to talk about and to document and to bring awareness. As a writer, we don't always have to present a story that gives you a beginning, middle, and end. And when I say that, I mean you don't necessarily have to give an answer to a subject that you present. You don't have to give them an explanation. You can just present reality to them and then let the reader determine for his or herself how to take that information and how to use it, and how it will impact their lives and the lives of the people around them. So, as a writer, I believe, as PJ stated, that we don't have the luxury as black writers and as ethnic writers. We don't have the luxury, and I'm about to step over. Pause for a moment and give me a minute. Thank you. Just for a moment. Hello. Hi. Okay, thanks. We don't have the luxury of just writing for writing's sake. When we write, we have a purpose, or we have a responsibility to take our platform and to use it to help others and to bring awareness to certain topics that may not be mentioned or discussed in mainstream media or in mainstream in general. Example of this would be the movement Black Lives Matters. Yes, some people are talking about it, but for us as black people and as ethnic people, Latinos, Asians, we have it impacts us directly, and we have a responsibility to shed light and to shed a spotlight on these topics and to talk about them. We don't have the luxury of just writing for writing's sake. We have a purpose, we have a responsibility. So I just wanted to put this out there and to have as food for thought, and to have people think about it and to question themselves. Why are they writing? What is the meaning in their writing? What is the purpose to their writing? And I just would like to reiterate, as I said before, that as writers, we don't have to present solutions. We can present stories, stories that will leave you thinking after you read the last page. Will have you thinking about the subject. Will have you thinking for days about, what was the point of the story? Was there a point of the story? I'm gonna pause for a moment and let the bus go by. As I said, was there a point to the story? What was the purpose? And as I said, we don't have to give solutions. We can present subject matter and then let the reader internalize it and let them draw a conclusion and let them be moved or motivated by what was written. And hopefully it'll be impactful, it will be thought-provoking, and when we write, we're appealing to their emotions. We're appealing to empathy. we want them to empathize with the characters in the story, and we want them to see maybe life from a different perspective. Maybe they've never been around African Americans, or maybe they've never been around Asians or Latinos, and they don't know, they don't see us as part of their world, and maybe we're just to them something to be observed in the news, or something to be observed in a sitcom where stereotypes could take precedent, and they don't really get to see the nuances of a black person or an Asian person or a Latino or any of the other ethnic backgrounds. And maybe this is their only platform to interact with people of other races. So as an author, we should take this responsibility seriously. We should not let it so much totally shape our writing, but be cognizant of the fact that we have power and strength in our pen. And when we write, we are affecting people. We are affecting their lives. We are affecting how they think and how they feel. We are essentially manipulating them. We are having them think the things we want them to think, consider the things we want them to think, consider. So with that great responsibility, we should not take it lightly, and we should use it to better humanity. We should use it to better our society and our world. So this is not a sermon. As I said before, PJ Gibson really affected me with her classes as far as playwriting, and this, even though she mentioned it maybe when I was 26, I took the class. Those thoughts and those feelings and that information has stayed with me until this day and time. So it's Wednesday Eve, and again, enjoy your holiday, and as always, love, peace, joy, prosperity, and enjoy, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and love. Bye bye.